welcome to Think Big with Dan Qasim. And our guest today is Hugo. And Hugo, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell our audience a little bit more about what you do and what your role is currently.
Great. Thank you for having me really here. I'm excited to talk to you guys. My name is Hugo Saavedra. I have a heavy accent because I am here for 40-something years, but I still have this accent, original from Argentina. And since I am in the United States, I was born an entrepreneur. Since my childhood, I always been. I have fire in my chest and my heart to change things and make something unique. Right now I create with my wife. We co-founded an incredible brand called Saavy Naturals. Saavy Naturals we manufactured the most pure body care that I can make. I create it, produce. We don't have a chemist. We are chefs, and my background is food, and everything that we do here is come from the food idea. We want to touch people's life with the most incredible product that we can make. America was very powerful when in the 30s and 40s, when innovation, creativity, and a handshake was a contract for life. I think my computer picked up now.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is what I do.
Cool. So I guess when you came to America, specifically, you came here about 40 years ago. Were you an entrepreneur right from day one, or what was your journey like in the business world? Because, being an immigrant is obviously not an easy thing.
45 years ago, I came to America. 45 years. I came with $100 in my pocket. I have an incredible life, I love life, and I love what I do and how God blessed me. Yes, I came with $100 in my pocket. I came to New York. The first hour in America, I spent $73. A taxi and one night in a hotel room until the next day, 12 o'clock next day. $27 in my pocket after an hour in America. Somebody told me, Hugo, the only thing that you can do, imagine that my English is not good today. Imagine what it was 40-something years ago. And somebody told me, learn these 4 words: me, look, and job dishwasher. Me, look, and job dishwasher. I left my little suitcase in there. I ran outside. I went to the subway. It took me to Long Island. I didn't know where I was, but I was in Long Island. I started walking, and every restaurant I saw, me, look, and job dishwasher. Not the first day, nothing happened. The next morning, at 5:30 in the morning, I was on my way to the same place. Around 10 o'clock in the morning, I went to this beautiful restaurant in the middle of a big parking lot with some woodsy area in the back. This guy comes out. I open the door, and the guy look at me, and the guy says, Hugo, a guy in America, remember me for 7 years prior. He was from Argentina too. And at that time, I was, 16 years old. I was taking kids from the shanty town in Buenos Aires to the YMCA one day a week to teach them, to the little kids, 11, 13 years old, to learn how to swim in the Y. And that guy was the coach, and he was in that restaurant, and he introduced me to the chef. And then I started working in a restaurant. I never was a dishwasher. I became like an assistant to the chef on the pantry side. I learned how to make with cheese dressings, Thousand Island dressings, all the appetizers. I learned how to shack oysters. And in the nighttime, my station was almost in front of the chef. He taught me how to cook. 3.5 years later, I opened my first restaurant in Louisiana, and I became the chef of the governor of the state of Louisiana. And since then, I always create jobs in the United States. My restaurant was nominated the best restaurant in the States. I fall in love with food to the highest level, and now I am cooking product for your skin. And that's what we do here. And that's I moved to California. I learned farming. I started doing organic farming 30 years ago. And I work with the best chef in the world, from Wolfgang Puck to, I don't know, to Michael Cimaroosted in Providence in Los Angeles. I work with incredible creativity people, and they impregnated me with the touch of beauty. And that's what I do. I am very powerful inside me. The word no, it doesn't exist in our life. It doesn't exist. We make it happen.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So, I mean, I guess right now, right? Like, what does a typical day look like for you in your job, or in your company, I should say?
I come very early, 5:30, 6 o'clock. I am here, and I leave very late. Every day is different. But one of the things I was talking to a new person in my team, we lost in America the sense of excellence. We do mediocrity in a lot of stuff, and I want to bring back what is to have high standards in life. People get to be 70 years old, they look back and they don't know what they did with their life. Life is precious, and we have to touch people's life every day. And my days are very, very tough, but super excited. My days are packed, from managing the money to create a new product, to talk to the consumer, checking my production. I have people here, they have my DNA. My right-hand person in production worked for me. She worked for me for 25 years. My
Nice.
director, I'm sorry?
Nothing, I said nice, like.
Yeah, they have my DNA, because,
Yeah.
I told them, look, you guys need to do it this way. This is the way I do that. But if you make it better than Hugo, you need to make it better than Hugo. We make products to wow the consumer, and we don't do that anymore. We want to go to China to mass produce everything, to bring ingredients that are not good for people's life, and also not only for people's life, but for the planet. Remember, when the skin is your largest organ, and we know we take care of our inside. We eat good. We eat vegetable. We organic. But then people don't know what they are putting in their skin. And that's the largest organ. And when you take a shower, when you wash your hands, the water goes into the ocean, and a lot of incredible souls are dying from Santa Barbara all the way to San Diego because the pollution, the algae that are full of chemicals, they are completely polluted. And I think about that every day. I am reading something that they want to make the sun less because we need to cool the earth. What we need to do is change the way we live our life. And that happens from education, how we educate our kids when they go to kindergarten, when they go to high school, people go to college. We have to change that way. It's, one guy says we need to be better than that country. We have to go to the moon. 4 years later, we went to the moon. When we put things in perspective, we have to take zero zoom out of our equation. We need to be more working from our heart. I don't know, maybe I talk too much, my guys. I'm sorry.
No, this is interesting that you are talking about. In fact, after this conversation, the thing that is coming into my mind is, do you have someone who inspires you, or you are the one who is inspiring everybody?
Yeah, I had two things very deep in my heart. Okay, I believe in two things very deep. I believe in God, and I believe in Hugo. And since I am 11 years, I remember since 11 years old, I became who I am today. But I always look at other leaders, but I take the best from them, and I leave the worst out. I love the creativity, innovation of Steve Jobs.
Okay.
And I love what he did. He transformed business, but he went to another country to create his product and America lost huge, and we make another country bigger and powerful at the same level than America. And we should not be like that, We
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
bring our manufacturing back to America, not just only drop balls of brands or industries. We have to the whole thing. We need to see it and bring it to America back. I love Steve Jobs, but if I was in his shoes, I would create the iPhone here in America. But I take things that are fantastic and I leave the things that they don't work for me. I expect a lot. And if you expect a lot in your life, we need to bring higher standard into our life. And when you look at leaders, they're human. Some things that I do, some of the people that they're gonna not care. But the only thing I care is if I put something in people's heart for them to be better in their life.
Okay.
I
Do
don't,
you think there is some role of meditation in your life? Because from your conversation, I'm getting like I'm meditating. So,
Yeah, big time, big time. I always stop for a minute or two during the day when the things are not working in the way I want to. I have to move on a little bit and ground myself, and bring God and bring my heart where my stomach, my guts should be in accordance with my heart and my mind. Yes, I believe in meditation big time. I believe in prayer big time. When we start Saavy Naturals, I created another company that I lost, and my private equity squashed me and pushed me out completely. And we finished on Friday. On Saturday, my wife and I, in my beautiful cottage home garden, we talked that we need to do 1,000 times better than what we did before. But this is what we did, and we will need to continue doing, but take it to the next level, the highest level we could. And she said, Hugo, all my life I want to finish my school, but now we're not going to have an income, and this is expensive. But I would love to finish, and they just start the classes, and they have a makeup class in 2 weeks, something like that. I said, you need to go and do that. And she says, and that is one of the things that is going to help us for the business too. And 2 years later, she finished. She got her master in spiritual psychology. She got her master in spiritual psychology. And she did that knowing that we started a new venture, a new path of business, and we need to incorporate all those things in the business side.
Oh yeah, that definitely makes sense. So speaking of business and challenges, we always ask because we're in like a software company. And in terms of like technology that you're using today, like for your website or just in general, like what do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Like what are some of your, I guess, challenges, with technology in 2023?
Yeah, because I'm going so fast, I don't have no time to bring that to my life. But for the last 2 years, I'm reading about AI, and now everybody's talking about AI, artificial intelligence. I think that is incredible that we can nurture that in a good way to all type of business. For me, that is like the new iPhone. iPhone revolutionized the way business was conducted in America big time. Now you cannot have a business if you don't have an iPhone and that technology. And the AI, we need to embrace that if we want to continue bringing the standards. But, has to be conscious, has to be the leaders of companies. They have to understand it's not only counting beans. You have partners in life, like people in my production, my top executive that work for us, But if you give those tools, if you take those people like your partner, if you take your customer as a partner, you're going to give them something very unique if you bring technology to the next level. I really embrace that.
That's really amazing. And I would ask you this, so in terms of your goals, for the company, in terms of technology for the next, I don't know, 6 months or, a couple of years, I mean, in terms of adding AI or mobile applications, like I guess like what is in the pipeline for Saavy Naturals just from that standpoint? Is that something that you've thought about, about incorporating those things, or even, like we always talk to people, like some clients of ours that they've done these crypto wallet integrations, because cryptocurrency is really big. So it's like, I guess, like, what is something that, in terms of top priority from the technology side that are, there for Saavy Naturals right now?
Yeah, incorporate AI big time on my website, on my Shopify, my Amazon, the way, yes, it's all those things that you mentioned. I would like to incorporate big time, and that's the reason it intrigued me in the last 2 years, looking and reading and trying to understand all that. And yes, all that I would love to incorporate it into also how we can, the people in my office, the people at the field that are my eyes and feet on the ground working with retailers. I would like to incorporate somehow my communication with them and my team. I don't know how, but I'm trying to figure out all that. I don't know if that can be done, but I think it will.
No, yeah, that's something that's really important for sure. I think it's good that you're, looking ahead and looking at what some of the trends are in technology. I guess, just to wrap it up in terms of, what your message is to all the young people listening and all, entrepreneurs. Like somebody, obviously your story is amazing, right? Actually, like my parents are also immigrants. They came to America with nothing from Belarus. So I can relate to your story, but what can you tell someone, who maybe is even living like in like a different country right now, or an immigrant, who came to America, like, really, how somebody could be an entrepreneur and be in your position? Like, what's the biggest advice you could give to someone?
Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up on your dreams. Your dream is a reality. Don't ever give up. And, I have a guy that works with me for 15, 16 years. I just found out 2-3 months ago that he has a tattoo in Chinese. And I say, what it says there? Don't give up. You teach me. And that's what I have. Anyway, I think that's, jump into the ocean and start learning how to swim is the best thing. And to be an entrepreneur is not for everyone, but it's the best things that you can do in your life.
Amazing. Yeah, that's really like an amazing message. And thank you so much.